In this video, we'll discuss about the types or classification of irrigation. When it comes to irrigation, it is a method that has been in practice to provide the sufficient amount of water to increase the productivity, that is to support agriculture. Okay, basically, like when it comes to irrigation, when it comes to irrigation, the way of providing water is actually happening by two methods. The first thing will be like in the artificial way, and the next thing is in through natural way. So, what are the natural aspects of actually providing water to agriculture fields? The first thing will be our rainfall, because rainfall is one of the major resource of water that we are actually like using in our daily life. Rainfall is the major source of water. If we don't have enough amount of rainfall during a particular season or in particular year, then we actually like experience a drought situation, which since we don't get enough amount of water for our irrigation and different and our daily needs. So rainfall is the major source for water, and we depend on our rainfall for most of the agricultural activities. So rainfall has a direct impact on our agriculture locations. And the next natural way is through inundation canals. So basically, like the water from the river. So we know how the water are actually being collected into the river. We have our watershed, and whatever the water that enter into the watershed, whenever the rain falls within that particular watershed, the water are actually collected and it forms as a river, and it goes from the upstream to the downstream based on the slope. So whatever the river pattern it is, so we actually construct few dams over there to store our water. So that comes as an artificial irrigation, because we do a maneuver, we construct a structure and we store our water. But what happens is like in earlier days, or still these methods are in practice. The way of how we are actually like sending water through canal irrigation. What happens is like a river will be actually flowing through, and we actually have a small canal which is getting separated from the river, which actually sends water to different localities that are present near the river and even far also. So the water will be actually diverted to different fields through canals. So the best example, if you have to have a proper idea of how this is happening, you can actually visit the locations, that is like different river basins. That is like Tamaraparani and like Kaveri and other locations where now even the water is present. But visit the locations where there are like enough amount of water in the river and see how the waters are actually being diverted in through canals to different fields. So this method, if people from Andhra, if you are actually here, you can actually like go and visit Godavari River Basin, because they have a proper canal facilities, like with how the water are actually being transferred to the fields, because Godavari is one of the major source of water for Andhra, and they used to say that as the Ganga of southern India also, and they are trying to actually implement n number of projects to actually reduce the wastage of water in this Godavari region and make use of it wisely. So basically, what happens is like the water from these rivers will be actually diverted to the fields through canals. So that is also one of the way which are being adopted in a natural irrigation. When it comes to our artificial methods, so how do we actually give our water? The first thing will be our lift irrigation. So what do we do is like we actually take water from our ground. We may use the groundwater resource, or we used to actually lift the water from the well, and we used to use it for irrigation. So that will be the lift irrigation. So most of the irrigation which is actually carried out in present world depends on groundwater, because like we don't get enough amount of water from rivers and rainfall. When you don't get enough amount of water from rivers and rainfall, we depend on our groundwater. And even like during rainfall, if there is enough amount of, if they receive enough amount of water, then you can find most of the wells which are actually getting filled up. And once the rainy season is done, they used to use this lift irrigation. They used to like take out the water from the well using pumps or different methods, and they used to use that particular water for irrigation. That is like the for agriculture activities. And the next is based on flow. So what do you mean by this flow? Flow means how the water actually flows. So the way how the water flows is like it will basically travel from the upstream to the downstream. So what happens is like the water which originates at the higher elevation, which will actually move based on the slope, it will move to the downstream and it will reach the ocean. That is how the water actually travels. And based on the way how the water are getting collected inside each and every river, we can actually consider that as a watershed. So it is based on the elevation and how the water are getting collected. So based on that, we'll actually have our watershed. So whatever the flow it is, it actually moves from the upstream to the downstream. So when it comes to our natural irrigation, we no need any sort of an engineering structure or something which is to be considered. So basically, what happens is like when there is an rainfall event which is happening over there, we don't need any structure. We don't need to store any water. We are not taking water from any other purposes. So directly, we are using that particular rainfall for our irrigation activities or our agricultural activities. And as I said, inundation. So this means like the whatever the water that is getting passed through the river will be diverted for only the direction will be like changed. Based on that, we'll actually use it for water. Mostly like during floods, we used to get enough amount of water, and even if it is not floods, also like we used to get enough amount of water. And so flood water, like basically like when it comes to inundation, most of the flood water, not only flood water, but also like whatever the water from the river will also be used for irrigation. So how they are actually going to use it is they will divert it and they will send it. So the best example will be like if you go through any rivers, you can find some canals which is actually carrying water. In perennial rivers such as like Tamaraparni or Godavari or Kaveri is not having enough amount of water nowadays, but Tamaraparni is holding enough amount of water, and also like you can see this Godavari locations. And artificial, when it comes to our artificial irrigation, we need a particular structure just to be constructed in the field, and based on that only like we can actually go with this artificial irrigation. We need a particular structure which is actually like stored. For one better example is like our dams. We store water by the construction of our dams. So when it comes to our artificial methods, like whatever the irrigation that are like whatever the irrigation methods or whatever the water that is available is being used for this agricultural activities, it depends based on the slope of the location. So whatever it is, the water will actually flow from the higher level to the lower level. So what happens is like based on the gravity you can say or based on the slope, water will flow from the higher level to the lower level and it will be diverted into the fields by constructing different structures. That is how like we will be using these particular sources for our irrigation. So what is the perennial irrigation? So in this particular irrigation, the water will be actually available throughout the year. So we know what is a perennial river. So water will be available throughout the year. It will be stored in either canals, that's like it will be either stored in dams or some other structures, and based on the requirements, we will be actually sending water to the crops or fields based on the requirements through any channel distribution or whatever the structures that are available. We'll actually send water to the fields. That is how this perennial irrigation is being done. Water will be stored and it will be sent to the fields based on the requirements. And in this particular thing, water will be available all over the year, all over the cropping period. Whatever it is, it will be like available all over the year. Inundation irrigation. So basically, what happens is like you can consider like rice crop. So if you actually consider how rice is actually grown, you can find that like the land will be completely flooded. Not like it is flooded, but it will be like fully covered with water, and the irrigation stuff will be actually done. So basically, what used to happen is like this particular sort of an irrigation depends mostly on rainfall. So what happens is the rain will actually like come out, and we used to actually store the water in our lands. Either like during floods also, like whatever the water that is actually being spread out, you can use that water also, or during rain, like whatever the water that is being stored in our land, we will be using that water. So whatever the water that is required, it will be stored, and the other waters which is not required will be like actually done off. Because once the land is filled with water, then the water that is not required will be actually flowing out, and based on that, the water will be stored. So these water will be actually like this water that is actually in the, present in the field will try to maintain the soil moisture that is required for the crop. Based on that, the growth also will happen. The crop growth also will be like happening. So that is how like in our rice fields we used to find the field is actually flooded with water. Then they used to actually like grow these rice.